Nityanandeshwara Paramashivasamarambam Nityanandeshwari Parashakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanidar, Kotari, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world, Mantreshwaras, Vidyeshwaras, Ganeshwaras, everyone. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Listen. Listen intensely. Today's revelations about the vertical time zones not only will give you liberation after you leave the body, it can make you connect with Kailasa from now. You will start receiving the gifts from Kailasa from now. Listen intensely. The conscious conclusions you arrive forms the basis of your life. The conscious conclusions you arrive is the source of your future. From the conscious conclusions you have, your future manifests. So have this understanding and start listening. The higher vertical time zones, Bhur, Bhuva, Suva, Tapa, Maha, Satya, Kailasa, the lower vertical time zones, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Batala. In all these 14 time zones, vertical time zones, you exist. Understand that? You exist in all these 14 vertical time zones. Your conclusions, cognitions, and actions strengthen some of these 14 identity you have. I wanted to remind you from the past satsangs, revelations of Paramashiva. If you think in your life, grabbing, stealing from others is the best strategy for success, your identity in Patala gets strengthened. If you think the win-win is the best strategy in any deal, whether relationship or business, in every deal of your life, you also should win, other person also should win. The win-win is the most successful, long-term, peaceful, right strategy. Then your identity in Swargaloka gets strengthened. If you feel no, giving up, Sarva Parityaga, Tyaga is the best strategy for all the auspiciousness in the life. Tyaga is the best strategy. The greatest powerfulness in the life. Then your identity in Tapoloka gets strengthened. If you feel integrity is the best strategy. Your identity in Satyaloka gets strengthened. If you feel integrity to Guru and the God is the best strategy. As I say, Paramashiva revealed many times the manifest form of Paramashiva is Guru. Unmanifest existence of Guru is Paramashiva. State of Guru is Paramashiva. Statement of Paramashiva is Guru. Statement of Paramashiva is Guru. State of Guru is Paramashiva. Avyakta of Guru is Paramashiva. Paramashiva's Vyakta is Guru. Manifest component of Paramashiva is Guru. Unmanifest existence of Guru is Paramashiva. Understand? The extraordinary powerful existence, extraordinary powerful existence of Paramashiva in his avyakta, unmanifest, remains as Paramashiva. In his manifest, he becomes Guru. Some of the powerful cognitions I repeat, so it enters into your very core cognitions, your very being, your very core. That's the reason I repeat some of the right conclusions. The conscious conclusions you need to arrive. So let me give you the deeper truths now. level by level understand about your body. Be very clear, you have 14 bodies you carry. In all these 14 lokas, each loka you have one body through which you enjoy that loka, you experience that loka. Actually, the body you carry is the base from which you enjoy that loka. So the body you are carrying now in this bhuloka, where you are sitting and listening to me, this body has only one relevance to the body you are carrying in Kailasa or the body you are carrying in Batala, the lowest and highest. The breathing which goes into you and comes out, the prana is same. The prana which goes into your body, in this body you are carrying, goes up to the body you are carrying in Kailasa and goes up to the body you are carrying in Patala. All these 14 bodies are stitched with one sutra, one thread called the prana functioning in you. Understand? These are the most subtle truths. If you start cognizing them, sitting with these powerful conclusions, you will start manifesting powers. Because they are so powerful, they manifest as powers in you. If you understand, the breathing you are doing now adds prana, life energy into you. That prana from Batala goes to Kailasa through your body. Understand? Now I am wearing 1 lakh Rudraksha, little more than 1 lakh, because this 3 Gauri Shankar Mala which I am wearing is each one of them 108, 108. This 1 lakh Rudraksha, this whole 1 lakh Rudraksha is tied through a thread. Same way, the body you are carrying in all 14 lokas are tied through a thread. See, Paramashiva himself came as the greatest yogi, Arunagiri Yogishwara, in my life, and he taught me this science. He gave me this truth, keeping him as the witness, bowing down to Mahaganapati. Moola Vrat Purusha, Mahaganapati of Kailasa. with the grace of Paramashiva and his own manifestation, my own Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara, I am revealing this knowledge, jnana, and giving this Shakti Pada and Shaktini Pada to all of you. Understand? If you melt down in deep love with me, the feeling, connection, oneness, now what I am sharing will not be just a knowledge, it will be Shakti Pada for you. If you just listen for intellectual understanding, it will be jnana for you. I want to tell you how I used to feel when I sit with my Guru. See how you all feel your muscles expand when you work out. When you work out in gym, how you feel your muscles expand. When you are really intensely in sexual act, when both of you intensely feel oneness, the sexual act, and deeply enjoy it, how you feel your muscles are melting down. Understand? When I sit with Arunagiri Yogeshwara and listen to his revelations, literally I used to feel my very identity, my very core, my very muscles used to expand. My very identity will melt down and my very muscles will expand. What you experience in intense workout, heavy workout in gym or yoga, or when you are in intense sexual act, I experienced all those intense muscles melting, muscles rebuilding, very identity getting melted and very new identity getting rebuilt just by sitting with my Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara and listening to him. His revelations used to just enter into me and alter my very identity, the body I carry, the core I experience as me used to be altered. So listen, if you are my disciple, what I am doing now to you is Shakti Pada. What you go through now will be Shakti Pada. Listen. Every time when I surrendered to my Guru, I felt my surrender to my Guru empowered me, not him. He did not get empowered or he did not get any power over me. I got empowered. Actually, I got the power over him. And I got empowered. When I became his puppet, I became the most powerful Parameshwara. I did not lose anything. I only gained everything. I tell you, when I started realizing this, my surrender became intense. My surrender became intense. Understand this. When I realized my surrender became intense. If you feel your surrender empowers your guru, you are stupid, foolish, brainwashed by the communist Naxal ideas. If you realize your surrender empowers you, I tell you, if you realize your surrender empowers you, your surrender gets more and more intense, and the higher realities opens for you. See, when you melt down just by listening to me, just now, if your whole being melts down and sit with me how I used to sit with my Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara, your breathing and my breathing will become one and the same, and along with my breathing, I can carry you to Kailasa and reveal all these realities into you, to you. This Shaktipada is the only way the enlightenment can be transmitted. I come and sit every day, day in and day out. We have video record for last 20 years. But before that, at least 6-7 years, we don't have a continuous video audio records, but I used to continuously do this. Whoever comes in front of me, whoever I can reach, I will go on be sharing and teaching, giving. For some people, to the intellectual level, jnana level, they will receive. Some people will receive vijnana, kind of a little more than knowledge, an experience glimpse. For some people, it gets transmitted as Shaktipada. For some people, it gets established in them permanently. So listen. You can choose any way you want. You can choose any way you want. I will go on be sharing. I'll go on be sharing. It's already 26 years over. 1994. The Yoga Pattabhishekam was done. I'm using that 1994 as an official, formal declaration done by my gurus. Otherwise, they trained me even much before, and by the time I was 10-year-old, they started putting me on the stages where I was asked to share, speak, give initiations, tell my experiences. It all started even when I was 10. I take this date, 1994, Vaigasi Visagam, because that is the date we have a evidence, paper, my own Guru's handwriting, that Yoga Pattabhisheka Patra, the letter of the Yoga Pattabhishekam. Because of that, I take that as a kind of a date. Anyhow, so from 1994 now, it's almost like 26 years. Listen, 26 years, I go on sharing and I'll continue. I'm going to be in the body for quite a long time, at least this full century. I'm planning up to 200 years. At least this full century. I'm going to be in the body. I'll continue to share, reveal, understand. The earlier you can melt down and connect, the more deeper you will experience Kailasa. That's all I am trying to tell you. The more deeper you will experience Kailasa. And the conscious conclusions you arrive as power to create you just like that. It can manifest you, not step by step logically, it will manifest you magically. Because when my gurus taught me these great truths, especially Arunagiri Yogeshwara, it did not take time for me to manifest it. How much time it takes for you to manifest anger or lust? No, there's no time. The moment you are triggered, you manifest. One wrong word towards you or the one word which can hurt you, immediately you are triggered and bus, 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 bus. You flare up. Same way, one lusty suggestion, a sexual invitation can just make you horny and your whole body, mind, everything responds, reacts. How quickly you manifest anger, lust, fear, more faster than that, you can manifest enlightenment. Enlightenment can be triggered, your consciousness can be awakened more quickly, more easily with Shaktipada. just like a clay is made into a pot or a doll or statue or a deity or Ganesha, I have seen my Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara molding me. Just like a clay, he will, in few seconds, he will make my consciousness manifest. Every time when I surrendered to him, I felt so empowered. Because I felt so empowered, my surrender started getting deeper and deeper and deeper. That Shaktipada became my very existence. Shaktinipada became my very breathing. Listen. When Shaktipada with Guru becomes your existence, when Shaktinipada with your Guru becomes your life force, life energy, simple remembrance of the Guru is enough. Your identity, body will melt and get rebuilt, like how it happens when you do the workout in gym or yoga, or when you are in intense sexual act. At those moments, how your identity gets rebuilt, your body gets rebuilt, how your muscles melt and gets rebuilt. Exactly the same, I should say with more intensity, happens just by remembrance of the Guru. Just sitting and reciting Shiva, 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 Shiva. Paramashiva manifests in you. Just reverberating yourself. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Paramashiva Paramburul, Parameshwara Paramburul, is the existence of your reality now. the prana movement happening in you, the inhaling and exhaling, this prana movement happening in you, the prana which goes inside you goes and touches your existence in Kailasa and goes and touches your existence in Batala. And actually understand, you don't have death. Death is just department change. Especially if you are my disciple, part of the Kailasa government, it is just department change. You say, Swamiji, I worked in Bhuloka so much, give me promotion. Okay, all right. From now you work from Swargaloka, or Tapoloka, or Satyaloka. Department change, that's all. How somebody from SSJP is transferred to ASJP, or somebody from ASJP gets transferred to Adi Kailash. Same way, you don't have death. It's all just department transfer. Nothing else. If you understand these basic truths, and if you bring these basic truths as your conscious conclusion, it infuses superpowers in you. See, listen. When you are lusty, everything looks romantic. Purpose of the flower changes. Purpose of your identity looks different. Purpose of your life becomes different. When you are terrorized, frightened, in fear, even your cognition gets so deluded, you see only in life negative things inside you, outside you, all around you. You actually not just look silly, you become silly when you are terrorized, when you are frightened, when you are shaken. I tell you. Come to the conscious conclusion, neither fear nor greed, neither hani mood nor bullying mood. When you are terrorized, you try to bully others. Neither hani mood nor bullying mood should be your core existence, Don't make decisions in Hani mood or bullying mood. Make decisions in Nandi mode. Don't make decisions in bullying mode. When you are terrorist, the natural reaction will be bullying. You will bully yourself or you will bully others. When you bully yourself, you collapse you. When you bully others, you try to collapse them. So, no bullying mode, no Hani mode. When I say Harni, sexual Harni, Horny. Neither Hani mode. It's not only about sexuality, even if you are lusty for money or some luxuries, even those modes should not be your power source. Based on that, you should not be taking decisions. Understand? Listen carefully. Understand this one example, then you will understand what I am trying to convey. Once or twice, rarely, if you eat non-veg, it's not that your whole life will be destroyed. But when non-vegetarian food becomes your lifestyle, you will collapse yourself, destroy yourself irreparably. Same way, once in a while you made some decisions when you are sexually horny or you are greedy about some luxury. Those one or two decisions will not destroy your whole life. Don't worry too much about that, past or what you did and all that. But don't making decisions while you are horny, making decisions when you are terrorized as a lifestyle. That's all I am saying. When you start making decisions in Paramashanta space, you will become so productive for yourself and others. I've always seen these people who flare up. They work 10 years, 20 years and build something so hard in their life, and they just get so deluded, they don't even know what they are destroying and they just destroy stupidly. And then later on repent. But by the time it is too late, even if you repent, it's too late. I have seen many people who leaving the Kailasa, leaving the Sangha, deep delusion. Instead of breaking the delusion, they break the most valuable, precious gift given to them by Paramashiva. Life in Kailasa, life in my Sangha is the greatest gift Paramashiva can give you. And same way I have seen that positive side, when people feel the intense love, how the spiritual experience and enlightenment, transformation manifests in them. Ordinarily, people need to work 12 years for one powerful cognition to manifest. But when people feel connected to me in intense love, I can see Paramashiva manifests in them just like that. Because your breathing, my breathing, both are connected to Paramashiva. When You feel intense feeling connection with me. You experience Paramashiva with the same intensity I experience. So, janmas of my tapas just gets infused into you. You don't need to perform all the tapas I did, all the spiritual penance I did. You don't need to perform. It's like I already built the lift. You just get into the lift and straight reach the Kailasa. You don't need to build your own lift and operate it. I have built the lift and which is successful, time tested, foolproof. Getting empowered by the Guru is the most beautiful thing. So the powerful cognitions I wanted to convey today, you don't have death. You have your identity established in all 14 lokas. Your everyday cognitions, conclusions, and your actions and reactions decide which identity you empower. Any identity you empower intensely starts manifesting that loka as your life. When you empower integrity as the best strategy for your life, Satya Loka manifests in you. That kind of people come around you. Your world literally becomes Satya Loka, integrity world. If you manifest Tyaga as your powerful conclusion, you get surrounded by the beautiful, most beautiful Tyagis. And Tapoloka manifests around you. If you manifest integrity to Guru, suddenly Kailasa manifests around you, for you, inside you. You attract such beautiful Gurubais around you. You manifest that kind of a space inside and outside. So many stupid, powerless, life negative cognitions not only disappear, they become irrelevant. They become irrelevant. Listen to this satsang few more times so that the powerful conclusions I am trying to convey to you will get into your system and get digested. It will become your own existence. So the Shakti Pada and Shakti Nipada will happen in you. the real enlightenment transmission will happen in you. What my Guru Paramashiva himself has given to me will become your property also, your asset also. Will become your experience also. You will realize surrender to Guru empowers you, not him. Not him, it empowers you. Just like these Rudrakshas are all tied with one thread. This body, the body you are carrying now, and the body you are carrying in Kailasa, and the body you are carrying in Batala, all these 14 bodies are tied through your breathing. Your breathing is the thread through which all the 14 bodies are tied. The 15th one in Kailasa, it's existence. 14 lokas, you have body. 15th, in Kailasa, it's more like existence. All 15 are tied through your breathing. So if you just sit with your breathing, you can reach Kailasa. If you sit with my breathing, you can experience Paramashiva now, right now. Try to sit or just lie down with this one powerful cognition. Be one with Swamiji's breathing and vibrate yourself Shiva, 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 Shiva. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saiva. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyanandam Jnanapatati Manual under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadushnam Tattvamasya Lakshmam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, when it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita, in your whole being and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained what is power manifestation. Power manifestation is becoming alive, being a superconscious species, experiencing Kailasa as your reality. Paramashiva is real. Kailasa is real. You can experience the Kailasa Loka and more higher cognitions, manifestation when you are in Shaktipada, Shaktinipada with Bhagwan. And it's a science because millions have experienced that, and each one of you can experience that. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The pramanas give us the shift. The pramanas give us the shift, the evidences from what we understand as the cognition or the materialistic world, what we perceive, to the Paramashiva space, that consciousness is real as our cognition, and the ultimate space of oneness, which happens as Shaktipada, Shaktinipada, experiencing higher reality. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures as Vedas and Agamas. Apta Pramana, the experience of the powers of Paramashiva, and they are the authority of Hinduism. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Bhagwan plays the very own Leela to showcase to us how Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real, Kailasa is real. He did all the tapas for us to make us experience that consciousness is real. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of disciples, devotees, followers all around the world, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, initiated Bhagwan into the science of power manifestation. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Beautifully, Bhagwan Paramashiva has given us this Avatar Shastra where all the scientific study is documented, and we can understand how the prefrontal cortex becomes the existential reality where it really improves all the outer world reality as auspiciousness, abundance, and bliss, when the coherence between the heart and the brain and consciousness becomes our reality. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana for the length dimension is from Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19. Shakti Sandhane Shariropatihi. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, by aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and willed, manifest at once as length, breadth, depth, and time and space. Bhagavan Paramashiva has beautifully explained how, when you connect him to only the Jnana Pada, that knowledge, then you connect in the Jnana Pada. But when you connect him in the Shakti Pada, that Shaktini Pada, you experience all the reality. It simply becomes your reality. Whatever his reality becomes your reality. It's like using a AnyDesk and connecting to a supercomputer. And simply you can use all the apps in that computer and connect to anything and do anything. Same way Bhagavan says, like your computer is like one or two windows and he has like a Windows 10 or 11. And I have performed and kept it everything intact. All we then need to do is the feeling connection. When we have the feeling connection, simply the surrender. Surrender of what? Surrender of our identities that we carry. Bhagavan beautifully says the identities simply at the end, it doesn't even exist. But we are fighting for the identity all our life as though something is real. He says how our body is like just a balloon with 9 holes. When we are in the body, when we experience the body only for some time in the waking state. In the deep sleep, we don't even have the body and we have no experience of the body. So what is that we are experiencing as our identity? Bhagavan says, whatever the mind creates, the narrative that the mind does, we fall into that. But when we are ready to reclaim our identity, that Paramashiva is real and consciousness is real and connecting to Bhagavan again and again, Shakti Pada, Shakti Nipada. That is what he says. By aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, whatever happens, only Paramashiva is real. Holding that very strongly and completely surrendering to Paramashiva and completely experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva, which soul just cognize that, which mind just cognize that, that soul experience the oneness with Paramashiva. The cognition shift that happens from what we perceive, Bhagavan beautifully explains the length dimension, what we understand the materialistic world. Length is nothing but matter. Matter attracts matter. And more confusion and chaos because mind is full of matter. It can only attract all the negative things in our life and create more chaos and more confusion. It is the gravity, the more mass attracts the more mass. When you are ready to surrender, let go the whole thing. You are understanding that Paramashiva is real. More and more you become lighter and you become understanding that we don't have to do anything but Paramashiva manifest everything in our life as reality. More and more Shakti Pada, Shakti Nipada, we experience the oneness with Paramashiva and more we want to move beyond the length dimension, the materialistic world. We become creative. We have little belief there is something more than the materialistic world. We go into the breadth dimension. And when we are ready to detox ourselves and clean all the obsessive, compulsive, reactionary space, the fear and the greed, when we drop that, Bhagavan says, stop bullying and stop having the fear out of which you're bullying, or lust when you're continuously holding yourself with the fantasies. When you drop both, when you are in the higher plane, understanding Paramashiva is real, you are experiencing the higher reality because those are not even yours. And Bhagavan beautifully says how we can experience the Shakti Pada when you have the cognitive shift, the third force that Bhagavan describes. You experience the initiation of the Guru just by chanting the 9 times to Svetaketu. He got enlightened. All that was you are that. That's all that was the initiation 9 times, and he simply became enlightened. And so many have experienced that. Even Ramana Maharshi, there was a person from Sweden and he got enlightened in 1 week. All this again and again retold to us when we have the Shakti Pada. that is connecting to Paramashiva. He says so beautiful, the breath that we breathe, the prana, it goes through him, his prana, goes through the Shiva's, the divine energies, prana, and comes back to us. We are in different loka and we connect through that prana energy. And when we are in the Tyaga, we are in a different loga. When we are in win-win policy, we are in Swarga loga, Tyaga in Tapo loga. When we are ready to surrender ourselves for Paramashiva as reality, Shaktipada, Shaktiripada, we are in Kailasa. Holding that powerful space of Shaktipada, the initiation as the ultimate gift, Paramashiva as your ultimate reality. Pusala Nayanar, he did nothing but he had the only thing he want to build a temple. So constantly he had the mind on the temple that he was building in his vision. Even your visions are nothing but matter, but your vision being the higher consciousness, what you experience. The temple that he was building was Hridayeshwar. So his identity more and more, how Bhagavan said, melted. It melted in the Hridayeshwar and completely Paramashiva appeared and pulled the temple out of his Hridaya and made it appear in the physical reality. It still is there in Kanchipuram in South India. All this greater science is available to all of us, but forgetting all that science, we are again and again deluded into the outer world, all the sufferings and all the pain, which we just need to wake up from. How you have so much of suffering, but you're still ready to go to sleep. Whatever be the suffering, even somebody gets amputated, they go into the deep sleep as anybody else. So that very nature, who we are, we go to the very nature. Bhagavan says that is consciousness that we understand. Every night we experience that. Bhagavan Paramashiva says when you enter that space consciously by experiencing the Shaktipada, you will experience the ultimate bliss, and it is much easier than any other thing that you experience. Like he says, the fear, if you see a snake, probably you get into the fear, but much faster than that you can get enlightened. When Ashtavakra gave the enlightenment science to Janaka Rishi, Janaka was a king, he was an emperor. Before he got down from the horse, even in the halfway, it is said that he got enlightened. It is easier than the blink of the eye, Bhagavan says. All we need is the space of Shaktipada, that Paramashiva is real, and he is waiting to manifest in us as the existential reality. All that we are experiencing even now is because he is manifesting. All that we are understanding, we are seeing, we are experiencing is because he is manifesting. When you have a deep gratitude and deep surrender, Paramashiva is real. You experience the ultimate science that Paramashiva becomes your reality. The beautiful space that Rama experienced when Agastya came and gave him all the astra. He had all the weapon for his fighting, and he had to learn all the great science behind it. So when he experienced the oneness, he simply downloaded all the Astra and Shastra for manifesting and using those weapons. This is from Ramayana, and beautifully all this length dimension was just mere easy thing for the generation. Bhagavan says all they need to do is connect, and simply the feeling connection will make them download all the science just like that. Because of the toxin in our body, we are failing to experience that. But again and again, when we are in oneness with Paramashiva, we can experience this greater science. Bhagavan beautifully speaks about how the Paramashila Shiva, that is the granite slab, which is used to see, like how we use a laptop, tab, or a cell phone. During the Meenakshi time, they used the granite slab and they can connect to all the Vimana in the temple, that is the Gobra. the towers in the temple, and through consciousness, they were all able to connect and see all the instruction given by Meenakshi. And Bhagwan is reviving that very consciousness, the fifth force, which is more powerful than the
in tune. It's still taking time for me to comprehend, especially to present it in your language, the language in which all of you can understand. I can see literally so much of cosmic information from the Akashic reading, Akashic recordings are getting downloaded and getting ground, processed to get expressed in the language in which you all can grasp, you all can understand, you all can receive, you all can enjoy. So it is taking little time. I'll answer some of your questions today related to this temple culture as part of this Satsang series, Madurai Adinam series.
This is a question from Rajiv, India. Beloved Master, people not belonging to this culture knows little about this particular Meenakshi temple. Please tell us who is Devi Meenakshi and her husband. Why this grand temple? What are the visible and invisible functions of this temple? Please tell us, Swamiji.
Read the next question also.
As we see in our present time, towers of mobile, TV or dish TV antennas everywhere connecting invisibility to satellites, doing an incredible function for individuals and for society. My question is, there is and was everywhere temples and deities in this culture. Anybody coming from outside just wonder, is this just sentimental carved stones worshipping culture or just artistic sculpture? What is the invisible function of temples, deities?
See, both questions, same answer. That is the reason I wanted to answer both the questions together. Modern day dish TVs, antennas, mobile towers, all of them work in the level of certain frequency where the words, pictures, visuals can be transmitted. See, the verbalization and visualization, names and forms can be transferred dish TV antennas, but the temple towers are created to transmit super consciousness from one place to another place. Please understand, in Meenakshi's time there was television, conscious, and answer whatever you want. So each of the stone slabs only slowly later on became deities. You can see in our temples this happening. The TVs in which I am appearing and speaking are slowly becoming deities. They are receiving worship. Flowers are offered to it. Aarti is done to it. Incense is given to it. Now, all our temples are planning to have a separate throne for this TV. In Los Angeles, already I am on the throne. The TV is in the throne. The TV, means which people are seeing me, have already become deity. Same way, please understand, the stones through which people are able to connect is a connecting mechanism with super consciousness. The mechanism which connects with the super consciousness. Please understand, these and temples are not just sentimental carved stones, or they are not just artistic sculptures. They are conscious transmitters. They raise you to the super consciousness. In each house in Vedic tradition, we have a puja room. All the puja rooms are your private conscious airport, are conscious transmission centers. The main temple is a place from where continuous super consciousness is radiating. So if you just sit and connect with a deep feeling connection, see, in those days human beings were so beautiful and simple. Just remembering the name of the deity is enough. They are already in connection with the deity, that feeling connection. when I read Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it says, sit in Siddhasana and be in Samadhi. That's all. So the human beings were so simple in those days. Just if you sit in Siddhasana, you are already in Samadhi. If you sit, your mind sits. Now, if you sit, your mind sits. Mind is completely away from the body. In those days, human beings are so simple and intelligent.
Shakshi Pramanas are the initiated disciple devotees all over the world, demonstrating the power and sharing their testimonial.
Nithyanandam, today I want to share something really cool that happened. Swamiji gave us some alchemy products on which we applied the Yana Anjana, and we were participating in a power manifestation session. All of a sudden, I saw this face that appeared in the Krishna Shila, and it was a face that I had never seen before. It was neither a human or an animal. And the way I can describe it is that it had huge eyes, like round eyes like this, and they seemed to be popping out of the face. And it also had like huge teeth coming out like this. And it stayed on my mind because it was so detailed and so clear the way it appeared to me, but I didn't pay that much attention to it because, I didn't know what it was, so I didn't talk to anyone about it either. And then the next day, we actually had, we went to visit a temple, the Meenakshi temple, and I had never visited it in the past, so it was the first time. And this is where the cool part happened. So as I entered the temple, I started looking around, and everywhere around me, I was seeing the same face that I had seen in the Krishna Shila, and it was basically carved all over the temple. So that was really exciting. And then, it was super exciting because I pretty much saw the future, right? Like where I was going to be the next day.
Beautifully, she explained how the Krishna Shila showed her where she's going to be the next day. And Bhagavan beautifully explained how Meenakshi was ruling with all the superconscious space as reality, how they lived so simple. If they sit in just Padmasana, they were able to connect to Paramashiva, the Shaktipada, Shaktinipada, simple happens. Just the remembrance of the Guru, we can experience the oneness.